And welcome everyone to today's Sports Roundtable. Glad you joined us here on Channel 21 on your new wave cable and also at yhctv.com. And very unique spring sports season to say the least, especially coming down to the last few weeks of the sports season here in the spring. Graduations are actually getting underway this next week. So that's one crazy time right now, especially out west in the Ozark area when it comes to all the flooding, and it's really created havoc on the spring sports season here in the last few weeks. And district and state tournaments are getting underway here in the next few weeks. Spring softball has already gotten underway. We'll get to those. And spring baseball, boys baseball is getting underway with their district tournaments here in the next few weeks. So a lot that's coming up down here in the next 2 weeks, and we're going to give you a preview of that coming up. So we're going to be coming down to the end of our sports season here too as well. The Sports Roundtable, we've been in and out. We've had some field assignments over the weekends the last month, so we haven't been doing too many roundtables, but the weather's really created a lot of havoc in this spring sports season, so it hasn't been a whole lot to report on each week. But we'll be wrapping up our roundtable season here in the next few weeks. We don't have an exact end date, but we will take off the summer and be back in late August for the fall sports season. So just a few more roundtables left in this sports season, and we'll keep you up to date on that going forward. And taking a look at let's go ahead and take a look at some baseball games taking place this week, and the Class 1 District 1 tournament. Class 1 District 1 tournament taking place starting Friday. That'll be the 12th, May 12th, Friday at Cooter. Cooter with the top seed at 9-8, taking on 4th seeded Southland, who's only 0-5 at the time of this that this was put together for this district tournament. The 2nd seed Gideon will take on 3rd seeded Clarkton, and those are the semifinal games. They're starting at Cooter. And take a look at Class 1 District 2, Bell City, the two-time defending Class 1 state champions. The 1st seed at 13-6, and they'll take on the winner of Zalma and Scott County Central there, the 4-5 game. 2-7 game is Oran versus Richland, and the 3-6 is Advance versus Delta, and that'll be getting underway Saturday, May 13th. Saturday, May 13th at Oran. And take a look at the Class 2 District 1 tournament. And Class 2 District 1, Bernie with the number 1 seed coming in time of this scheduling at 14-5, and the 4-5 game will be Campbell and Holcomb. South Pembescott versus Hayti, the 2-7 game. Zenith Hornersville, Bloomfield, the 3-6 game. And take a look at Class 3 District 1 for the boys. Portageville at number 1, coming in at the time of the scheduling at 15-6. East Prairie and Kelly, the 4-5 game. 2nd seeded Scott City getting a first round bye as well. They'll take on the winner of 3rd seeded Crothersville and 6th seeded Charleston. That'll be Saturday, May 13th at Charleston for that Class 3 District 1 tournament. And take a look at the Class 3 District 2 tournament. East Carter with the top seed. They'll take on the winner of Mullen and Clearwater in the 4-5 game. The 2-7 game is Twin Rivers versus Puxico, and the 3-6 game Greenville versus Doniphan. That'll be Saturday, May 13th at Malden for that Class 3 District 2 tournament at Malden. And baseball, Class 4 District 1, Sykeston with the top seed. That'll be, they'll take on the winner of the 4-5 game, Kennett and Dexter. The 2-7 game is Notre Dame and Fredericktown. The 3-6 game is Prairieville and New Madrid County Central. That'll be, that tournament gets underway Saturday, May 13th. At Notre Dame. And take a look at the Class 5 District 1 tournament. Jackson with the top seed. They'll take on the winner of Farmington and Northwest there in the 4-5 game. And the 2nd seed, Poplar Bluff Mules, will take on the winner of Hillsboro and Cape Central in that 3-6 game. And that'll be Saturday, May 13th at Hillsboro, getting that tournament underway. And those are your baseball state or district tournaments that'll be coming up. Starting on, I think that Class 1 District 1 tournament starts Friday, May 12th, and the rest of those starting Saturday, May 13th, in those respective locations. And take a look at spring softball state tournament. The spring softball's only got one classification, and they will get underway with their state tournament this week, Monday. This coming Monday, Portageville will take on Kennett, and Malden will take on Scott City in the spring softball state tournament. So Portageville there at 13-7 coming in, Kennett at 19-3. Malden at 21-2, and Scott City at 14-3. These are the sectionals, and the winners of these games will match up in the quarterfinals later on this coming week. Portageville will host Kennett, and Malden will host Scott City in those spring softball sectionals coming up on Monday. And those are the spring softball games coming up, and I think last year was the first year we didn't have a spring softball state champion. Kennett got off to a nice run there the first couple of years, winning the spring softball state championship. Pretty much the spring softball participants are in the southern part of the state, out southwest and central and southeast parts of the state, and there's only one classification for that spring softball state tournament. So we'll see how that plays out later on this week in those local spring softball sectional games this week. And we've got some golf results to show you from the past week or a couple of weeks. And boys team golf Class 1 District 1, taking a look at those results and the team standings. Bloomfield coming away with that district title in Class 1 District 1 with 396 strokes, followed by Crystal City with 410, St. Vincent 427, Thayer 467, and Gainesville 555. And Bloomfield coming on top there in that district. And taking a look at the individual awards here, Tyler Andrews finishes first in the district from Crystal City at 7 over par. Carson Miles followed up at 2 from Advance at 8 over par, just a stroke back of the lead. Peyton Bell of Bloomfield comes in third at 11 over. Andrew Mudd of St. Vincent at 13 over. Easton Satterfield of Zenith Hornersville at 20 over. Holden Duckworth of Bloomfield at 7th at 21 over par. And moving on to Class 2, District 1 team golf results. Saxony Lutheran at number 1 with 375 strokes, followed by West County with 383, Arcadia Valley 417, Crothersville 471, St. Pius 476, Clearwater 489, and Herculaneum 547. And taking a look at the individual awards, John Inman of Arcadia Valley won Class 3 District 1 with 12 over par. Karsten Short from Saxony Lutheran a stroke back at second at 13 over. Ben Daniel of Saxony Lutheran another stroke back in third at 14 over. Brad Jackson of Clearwater at 21 over. Chandler Trowbridge of Crothersville at 28 over. And moving on to Class 3, District 1, Notre Dame winning the district with 333 strokes. Farmington just 5 strokes back at 338. Park Hill Central 347, Kennett 369, Sykeston 382, Cape Central 399, Perryville 406, and 8 Dexter 411. And the Class 3 District 1 individual awards, Nicholas Westrich of Farmington won the district with 1 over par. Brandon Wagner of Park Hill Central 2 over, just a stroke back in second. Jonathan Bell of Notre Dame at 10 over. John Faulkner of Kennett at 10 over. Dylan Lynch of Notre Dame at 10 over. And Spencer Warren of Dexter at 11 over in 6th. And take a look at boys Class 4, the team results here. Vianney winning with 316 strokes. Melville following at 322. Oakville at 322. Poplar Bluff at 324. Jackson at 325. Lindbergh 329. Fox 338. Rockwood Summit 351. Seckman 373. And Northwest at 385. And the individual ranks, Tanner Walton of Jackson winning the district at 3 over par. Nathan Woolard of Poplar Bluff at 4 over par. Justin Capps of Poplar Bluff at 6 over in 5th place. And down at 12th place, Robert Englehart of Jackson at 11 over par. And those are your golf results from the district results and sectional. I think sectional play will be getting underway this week in the area, so we'll be looking forward to seeing what happens there. And the district result, or excuse me, the sectional results in golf here in southeast Missouri. So looks like the weather's going to cooperate for most of the week this coming week. The extended forecast into late next week we'll see, but pretty big games coming up this week, especially in softball. And on Monday in the sectional round, those two games taking place, and those surely will be getting underway with the forecast the way it is. Hopefully, come this Friday and Saturday, this next Friday and Saturday, we'll see some district baseball get underway this next weekend as well. So we'll see what happens. I know the floods have really played havoc on a lot of these district tournaments, and yeah, we'll just see if they can get them through. But it's been quite tough getting these spring sports in here in the last 2 weeks. So some schedules will be shortened, to say the least. Just not enough time to get those games made up here in the last week of the season. And we're going to wrap it up today, and just want to give you a little heads up on the district and state tournament games coming up in the baseball and softball ranks, and also the golf results here in the last few weeks. And just a few more weeks left in this spring sports season, and it's going to be 2016 and 17 is going to be in the books, and we'll be taking the summer off here on the roundtable, and we'll be back with you in the fall sports season. But a few weeks ago, some of these teams are going to be making runs, especially that Bell City team. Chance for them to go for a three-peat in high school baseball in Class 1 and a state championship. We'll see if they can pull it off. Bernie's always been close of breaking through in the districts and into state tournament play, and we'll see if they can break through this year. Going to be fun to watch, especially the state sectional games with the softball as well. See if any local teams can break through there as well. And that'll wrap it up for this week's roundtable, and we appreciate you for tuning in as always. Check us out, yhctv.com, and SemoSportsZone.com has been down due to some work, and we'll get that up and going certainly for this next sports season. So I'll be looking forward to that going forward, and that'll do it for us today. Have a great weekend, everyone.